Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about another moon sign, as you know, because we have not yet finished the moon and sign series. It's time to look into what the moon in Sagittarius brings into your lives. So, I'm going to start quickly with some background info on the moon and why you should care about your moon sign as much as you should care about your sun sign and your rising sign. So, the moon represents our emotions, our instinctual nature. It represents what we need as opposed to what we want, because what we want is ruled by the sun, which is our ego, but what we actually need deep down inside, maybe subconsciously, maybe we will never even acknowledge it consciously, is ruled by the moon. So watch out for it. The moon also rules the way we nurture other people and the type of nurturing that makes us feel happy and secure. And the moon also gives people an indication about their childhood, about their relationship to the past, about the type of place and home that they're likely to live in. And it also gives a little bit, it gives a cue about the type of food that you guys enjoy. So moon in Sagittarius, my dear friends. Who are you? How are you? How can you live like this in this world? So I'm very jealous of you because I'm a moon in Capricorn and I would so much love some Sagittarius energy in my emotional life. So moon in Sagittarius is often perceived as being very warm and buoyant, but not very involved in things. So you guys are quite detached. Although you are friendly with everyone and you enjoy talking and you enjoy being in the company of people, you appreciate freedom more than anything else, and you're always on the lookout for the next place to visit, the next thing to do. Well, obviously Sagittarius is the sign of the wanderer and the traveler and the adventurer, so there's nothing holding you down. But there is this warm quality about you, although you do not want to get too involved into things. Diplomacy is in no way, not in a million years, your forte. You are the most straightforward people out there, more straightforward than, I don't know, Leo, maybe as straightforward as Aries. Leo wants to be liked, you don't care. You're just like, blurt things out into the world. You might be a bit clumsy because that's just the Sagittarian way of doing things, but you're very genuine and you're very true to yourself and you always speak your mind, no matter who that might upset. You do not have that much empathy for people you might upset. You're just like, yeah, this is the world that we're living in. This is who I am. Why should I be apologetic for who I am? You never are. Good for you. What do you guys need in order to feel fulfilled? So I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it again. You need freedom. You need the freedom to explore life's higher truths. You need the freedom to jump on new quests every single time you feel like it, and you do feel like it most of the times. You do not like to be bound by relationships, by people, by places, by contracts, by anything. You've got something of a nomad soul. Well, not something. You really do have a nomad soul. You are the typical gypsy who wants to roam the world and explore every single culture and get to the bottom of things and find the universal truth. From an emotional point of view, it might feel sometimes that you are on a bit of a roller coaster, and Sagittarius is very expansive because it's ruled by Jupiter, and sometimes you give the impression of overflowing feelings, and you can be too much to handle for some people, especially the more earthy types, your emotional life is larger than life and it's like spilling everywhere. But you're very optimistic, which is kind of nice because you tend to lend some of, not borrow. You've got no one to borrow optimism from. You tend to lend some of your optimism to the people you are surrounded by. How do you nurture other people? Well, that's very simple. You make them feel more confident than they've ever been. So you exude optimism and you imbue this sense of adventure into others. And you're very good at talking others into believing in themselves and into taking risks, because risk is what defines you as a sign in general. And I applaud you for that. That is amazing. If only we had more people like you into the world. However, there is a downside to that. You tend to overestimate yourself sometimes, and you tend to overestimate others as well, and you're very optimistic, which can be like a double-edged sword because you always expect things to pan out well and nicely, and sometimes that means that you do not plan enough. You always look at the bigger picture because that is what you're good at, and you see the bigger picture like no one else in the world, but the devil is in the details, so the details might ruin the bigger picture for you. Earthy types, such as Taurus, Capricorn, etc., might accuse you of wearing rosy glasses and seeing things in a more positive light than they actually are. Maybe that's good most of the times, but sometimes it can backfire. When it comes to the place that you live in, like your actual home, the moon in Sagittarius lives in general for at least a part of their lives in a different country, in a different culture, surrounded by foreign people. That's because you find it so easy to relate to other cultures because they always offer a new opportunity to learn and to study, and that's what excites you more than anything. That it's bound to happen at some point or another in your life. If you haven't moved yet, start packing because it is going to happen. Also, when it comes to the type of food you prefer, you are probably never going to be attracted to like your country's traditional dishes. No. You want to explore as many foods as possible from all over the world, and it feels like you're always on to something new, and your tastes change because you're volatile like that when it comes to food. But it's all really fun for you. I mean, yeah, like I said before, we could use some more moon in Sagittarius people around us. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Let me know if you've got any questions about the moon in Sagittarius, and I will speak to you soon. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.